Play with E Kid, great play with beats.
What's up, man? It's your boy Life was May, and I'm here with. Did we lose Monray? Well, we was with Monray, but we see.
Oh no, the Monterey is here. Technical difficulties. Don't worry about all that.
I bet.
Greetings.
Yeah. So this episode is basically about the villain in anime who had every right to be a villain. So I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go with my quick one, a little quick. I got one for y'all. Of course, the first one is this man right here, the rightful king himself, Askeladd. Every right to be a villain. Even though some people wouldn't even call him a villain, but he basically was. He was
He a
the villain
villain.
of the first. He the villain of the first season. Even though after a while people started saying he wasn't, but he is the villain of the first season.
He's a villain. We ain't gonna act like he's not. Stop this. They're tagging this villain on the squad. Give a squad. Which one you want to take? He a villain.
Yeah, but Askeladd had every right to be what he was simply because he did everything for Wales. He did everything for his country. The king was finna lose to what, Denmark? Yes, the Denmark had a way bigger army. Everybody knew they were finna lose. He knew they was finna lose. And he knew the only way to save them was to get in good with Canute and make him the king. Because Swin was wilding. He knew they were going to get destroyed. He did everything for his country. You see how his men loved him. And you see how he treated them well. You see how he was emotionally reacted to the people of Wales and how he was hesitant to even end people. We know he's the son of Olaf. He had every right to feel every way he did and want to save the people. Yes, Askeladd had every right to be turn evil and be a villain, technically.
I guess. I did it for my country. You're still evil. Why get Connecticut first? Fine. I don't really mind. He can be considered a villain, even though, but he's just no. He's still not the good guy. Stop this. But he went out. I don't care. He's still not the good guy. Stop this now.
He is the villain, but my man had every right. He took the king's head off. Shout out to him though. That was one of the best, especially since I didn't read the manga. That's one of the few manga I didn't read. So when he turned on the king was the best swerve I've seen. Mostly because I haven't run even manga while reading. That was a swerve that I didn't expect. Like especially the way he did it, it was fire.
Craziness.
It was fire. Mama, who you got?
Well, that boy Tachi. No, I'm just playing. So, it's plenty of them from Naruto you can pick to be like they deserve to be a villain. Plenty of them. I chose Pain or Nagato. For people who are wondering, all 6 of them are the enemy. Yeah, but Nagato, you have to look at how he came up. He was an orphan first and foremost. An orphan in the midst of the third Great Ninja War, in other words, Third World War. He was an orphan, had no family, nothing. He's had a couple of scrummy friends, and I say scrummy because they were living in the scrums. They were living in nothing, and they just like, well, we ain't got nothing. We living in nothing. And of course, Jiraiya, a nice sensei from the enemy side, no less, came up, helped to teach them, the basics of how to be ninja, teach them how to get stuff for themselves, raise them for a little bit of time in the midst of a war, mind you. Well, okay, we got a little bit of hope. Cool. We can make our own little group and everything. I can come up from the slums. I can do something with my life. Then his best friend gets killed right in front of him, and he's just like, maybe it's just not worth it. My friend died. I ain't got no family. I ain't got no friends. And he died saving me on some nobility stuff when he was screwed over in the world. It's like, what? The world is just not a good place. Like, we're seeing war everywhere. People who are good people losing their lives for no reason. It's like, you know what? Maybe it's just not worth it to be good. Maybe I can just take over and put everybody to sleep. Because all he wanted to put everybody to sleep. So, like, you know what? Maybe just if I am in control of it, I can make the world a better place. So yeah, like I don't really mind him being a quote unquote villain because he wasn't treated to any of the good parts of the world at all. He was treated to the evil parts of it. And when you're, you know, surrounded in an environment of evil, most of the time you don't really have a choice but to become that very thing. There's a lot of villains that really feel that role. You can look at Zabuza, who had to come up and learn how to be an assassin, murdering his classmates. You look at Madara, who started out being good, but didn't realize like Ali, who he had to now. A lot of
Monte, I think your mic going out a little bit.
crap.
There you go, back.
Maybe I was just a little quiet and it might have been you. Okay, yeah.
Uh,
Turn up your mic and your headphones, everybody.
but yeah, hey, listen, if you live the childhood he lived, and you do want everybody to go to sleep, even and you kind of, and then you just needed somebody with hope to give you some more hope, and of course his senseis, his fellow pupil of his sensei helped helped him realize it, like his sensei did. So he did switch it up and bring everybody alive like the Dragon Balls after he
Just
ended it.
don't be like Obito. Don't try to destroy and ruin the world because you crushed your kid. Don't do that. Don't do that. Everybody else, yeah.
Yeah. I got my next one, and of course it's the one and only Sosuke Aizen.
Man, he did not deserve to be no villain,
Yeah, he
bro.
deserved to be the best. Listen, once we learn how evil the Soul Society is and how they betrayed their own Soul King, ripped them to pieces to keep the world together without even asking him. But he was okay with it because he's a good guy. Then how we found out that they decided they was gonna rip Ichigo the way they did the Soul King because he was a perfect host. And now we find out about hell. What Soul Society hiding? I've had every right to go up there and be like, yo, I'm finna kill this man and set this right. I'm finna go up there
Which
to the
is crazy.
Soul King. He was probably gonna lose because a man can write names out of existence. Which is an OP ability. And the only reason he couldn't do it to the one guy he couldn't do it, spoilers by the way, before we do it. The only reason he couldn't do it. Well, it's on the anime. Y'all should have watched it by now. That been how long? That been how many months that been?
And please, the manga been out for a decade. I don't want to hear
And the show just passed that part too. So basically, hey, the man can write people names out, and the reason he couldn't is because the man got the power to change destiny, which is the most OP power. Which is also why it ended horribly because they had no reason to do it. Unless they do it, they can have an explanation, but it got to be that that Ichigo is his grandson, so therefore he can change destiny too, and he didn't expect. that's
it.
the only way you can.
Abilities. It is very true.
That's the only way you can beat that. Because if I can change, that man said it's 1,000 fates and I can pick one. I'm like, ain't no way in hell you can beat that.
It is very, very busted. Like, the Almighty is one of the most busted regular anime abilities we have ever had. It's not a lie. But no,
That man wrote
Aizen
his.
is squad, man. Aizen just became quote unquote evil for evil's sake. Because some of the stuff is like, I'm just gonna make Ichigo a hybrid. I'm gonna make all these captains and lieutenants hybrids for science. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. My Yuri deserves to be evil above Aizen. That's somebody who did evil stuff for the sake of science. Let's just be real with it. Namu got ripped apart on a normal basis, just for the sake of science. That's what you want to talk about him. You want to talk about freaking Mayuri, who literally was experimenting on the Quincy's that they ended up killing. It's, please, Mayuri is not a good person. He just happens to be using his science for good reasons. So he's using horrible methods by doing so. That's somebody that deserves to be evil more than Isaac, who just became evil. Just like, I don't like how this is being ran. Then just go up against head Captain Yamamoto. Do that. But oh no, you want to fight everybody, man. You want to turn the blind dude into a bug guy, man. No.
Listen. He got man. Listen, he came up with the plan. He knew what he had to do. He was probably gonna fail if we be honest. Even though after time it might actually could have worked, but the way he did it, I don't think the Hogyoku has adapted enough for him to actually go up there and do it, which is still debated.
It would have taken a good chunk more of adapting to go.
Yeah,
It would take a good
because
chunk.
people don't realize spoilers. This one is spoilers because this haven't happened in anime yet. So 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When he came back, and they openly admitted when he came back that he was more powerful than he was before when he was in that chair. He brought the whole soul. He like Has he gotten way stronger? I'm like, yeah. The whole Yoku is adapted enough with him about for a good bit now, so he's got a lot stronger. He brought the whole Soul Palace down to the ground. He's like, hey, how do we get up there? Man, you muted again, I think.
My bad. That's the thing about it, like he was still sealed.
That's what I'm saying.
He was still sealed when all of this, like when you seen him in the anime, he is still sealed. Like that seal isn't gone. So essentially, Aizen is nerfed, and he's still doing all this mess that Zell over there talking about. He is still nerfed, people.
My
That's
man
not
said.
full Aizen.
My man said. He said, "How do we get up there?" He's like, "Oh, I'll bring it down here." And brought the whole Soul Palace down to the ground, and he fought. He fought Yuha and he tricked him. He thought Yuha, who got the power to change fate, thought he would fight Ichigo. Oh, it does work on you.
I just think
I didn't know if it worked on a god.
I mean, I've seen different reasons as to why that happened, but it's still crazy the fact that somebody who can see and transform the future, I can still make you see an illusion. Imagine, see how that sounds.
I was impressed with that though. He was
I can see the future. I can see all futures, and I can influence them at my leisure. And somebody can still make you see an illusion. I need you to grasp your head around it. That makes no sense. And how strong that has to be to make you see an illusion when I can see every future, bro. Simultaneously.
Man, him thinking he was fighting Aizen and Ichigo, and he was just fighting Aizen by himself. And then it was so cold when he in that manga when I can't wait till see it animated. He be like, "Oh, so that did work on you." Cause basically, if y'all don't know, spoiler, Yuha is God's son, like literal God's son. That's why he has the ability to change fate. Which
I
makes
like
sense
him
in a
as
way.
like an affair child, like a little black sheep of the family. That's really what he is. Like, he's more like a black sheep spinoff son.
Yeah.
That
So people, if you ever ask why does he have the ability to change fate, he's God's son, essentially.
Foolishness.
Even though old boy did trick him to take his power away when he gave him the left arm, which I love the anime actually explained it. Like why he couldn't beat Yamamoto when he had this power. Oh, old boy tricked him and gave him the left arm so he didn't have that power when he fought Yamamoto. I'm like, okay, all right, that makes sense. Okay, because that was one thing in the manga I was so confused about. I was like, Yamamoto power is dope as fire. They are amazing. But how he be the man can change the future? Oh, he didn't have the power to change the future at the time. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, anime, for actually putting that together because I know people was because I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, I don't know how this works. But okay. That's also how he got the left arm of God. So okay. So that's how he got that, and that's how he couldn't see okay. It all makes sense now. Y'all explained it. Good job for the anime. But I still think Aizen deserved to be a villain because he was a villain to be good.
He deserved to be busted. I don't even know if he deserved that. He wasn't seen his Bankai, but that's a whole new thing entirely.
We still ain't see that's correct. Maybe you think the anime would, huh? Oh, you think the anime would show it?
I mean, when we get to quarter 4, Q4, whichever one is called, when we get to the 4th season of this arc, we'll see if changes occur. We know he has added some stuff. When I say he, I mean Kubo, like the creator of Bleach. Yeah. He has added some things to the anime that weren't in the manga. And since he's actually making the anime, it's canon pretty much. So, like some things he added was like some lore and cutscenes and fights for Squad Zero, which were not present in the manga at all. They basically got off screen, other than the Zanpakuto creator. So they actually got some scenes, they actually got some lore and stuff in there.
And we got a Bankai from one of them, and they showed how OP they is because the manga, I ain't gonna lie, the manga make them look like they were just chumps. Yeah. The anime, they said the Bankais make the heavens and earth shake, and we saw Wako Mundo shake, we saw the earth shake, and we saw what she did. I'm like, okay.
So they actually show. So it is very possible that Q3 and especially Q4, that he might have some changes or some adaptations or some extra stuff. It's very possible. I'm all for that.
So far, so good though. By the way, I like that they explained a lot of stuff I had questions about the manga so far.
Hopefully, it continues.
Yes, hopefully it keeps up. Hopefully, you got a good idea because we need that ending explained because I still want to know how you be the man that can't change fate unless you say that's his stuff.
I know how. It just don't make sense. But you know what? Well, matter of fact, it's not good. We'll go
Yeah,
there. We'll
I'm
see.
just saying. You did do a good job on how Yamamoto did it. So you gave him a little hope. How did Yamamoto beat this man? It makes no sense. Okay, he didn't have the power. All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm still done if they ain't saved Kenpachi Bankai. They're still done with me. So
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The scene was fire though, but I don't know how it's gonna work.
to
Go
anybody
ahead.
that be
Not the
wondering,
Bunkai yet. Y'all ain't seen it.
to anybody that may be wondering, I have and I've always had 3 major issues with Bleach Thousand Year Blood War. Of course, there's other, bits and pieces and stuff, but 3 major issues. One is Kenpachi's Bankai, because I think it's horrible. I think it's lazy. The one in the manga. I think it's horrible. I think it's lazy. And I don't think there's much to it at all. So that's one. I don't even think it matches them. Well, not to the extent it needs to. So that's one. 2, Ichigo's Bankai, because that is just horrible. There's not really an argument against that. That mug is flat out horrible. Not even well explained. Not really thorough.
I'm
in
gonna
any
give
way,
Monte
shape.
that because he technically it was worthless.
I'm not getting into the spoilers. I'm just getting into
Yeah,
I'm not getting into the spoilers. It's
it
just
was
that
Aaron Yeager's level of
his
worthless.
Bankai is horrible. It's horrible. There's not really a debate about that one. And then the third one is of course the ending, because if you don't know by now, you would have. If you are a fan of Bleach, you know that the ending is something that vast majority of anime fans revile or have major problems with, which we have said something just now. So I'm
Probably
hoping for
it's
this.
up there. It's up there. No, Fairy Tail's still the worst. I don't give a.
There's the ending is not bad. The fight before the ending was bad, but it's another debate for another day.
Yeah. Fairy Tail ending is absolutely horrible. God, that was terrible. Holy, bro.
The
That
ending
man.
is not. The fight before the ending is bad.
Acknowledge like, I control
Agnologia,
time and
his defeat
space, and I'm
actually
God. That
makes
dude's like, you don't know this though. I
his
got my
defeat actually makes
friends.
sense. People forget the thing that Lucy did with his physical body. It actually made a little bit more sense than the Zeref one. Zeref one, God help me. But we're not gonna talk about that next.
Zeref one didn't make sense either. That whole
That's the one that's horrible. Like Agnologia, at least there's a little bit of explanation. Zeref makes no sense.
And then I didn't even understand what is his son, his nephew.
They don't make sense. The Zeref don't make sense.
Then they made it real nasty anime. That motherfucker was freaky.
His defeat makes no sense. I don't want to spit out.
That whole ending didn't make sense. Why is his nephew freaky like? Let's get to the last one. We got one more.
Oh, for me? Oh yeah, because you got one. So my last one. I mean, it's real simple. It's Light Yagami. Like, let's just be real. Light deserved to be a villain because if you keep it honest with yourself, the vast majority of people, I'm not gonna say vast majority of people, but that'd be wrong to say. But there is a good chunk of people. They ain't saying like the majority or anything people want. It's not saying the majority. But there's a good chunk of people that would have ended up following Light's exact same footsteps. Now you might have gotten caught way earlier, unless you were like a genius or something like that. But
Mr. West.
let's be real. If people were to walk by and they found a notebook on the ground, and this notebook, the first rule says, if you write a name in this notebook, that person will. There's a good chunk of the world whose curiosity would make them write a name in it first and foremost before any kind of, negative intentions or something like that nature. Just some people's curiosity will make them write a name. That's just some. Now, of course, majority of the world, hopefully everybody's good people. We don't do that. But I also understand that not everybody in the world is good. So there are some people that would write a name in it. And then take another section of those people. And once they find out that thing is real and it works, then that subsection of people from the people who wrote the name would keep going. They'd be like, oh, I can do quote unquote good things with this. I can purify the world. I can get rid of all of the evil people and everything. Now, the world would divide. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If that Death Note was in the world today, it would not go nowhere near as smooth as it does in the show, because it would be pure anarchy after about 3 days. Because
social media? Oh, just let me find out your name.
you saw once Light knew that book worked and he worked out his head a little bit. Oh, he went on a tangent. Like that's where the music came in. Like he went on a tangent of names. And a good chunk of criminals went bye-bye. I know this from the experience of understanding people in the world these amount of time. The people that some people would get rid of wouldn't just be criminals and all that kind of stuff. It'd be some of everybody. It'd be some of everybody. People they don't like, people on Facebook, people in higher standings, people whose names they just happen to know, possibly people around the world, higher ups, everything. It would be insanity. It would be insanity.
Politicians you don't like the way people polarize by politics.
I just like I don't want to put nobody's names into me or nothing like that. I'm just saying, but you know what I mean. Like just mentioning politics in and of itself. All you need is somebody mad at TikTok is getting threatened, blah 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 blah.
Just go down and write and send them
Like
those names.
no. Like so it would be horrible. It would be horrible. But Light had every right to be a villain because it would be a bunch more people than just him go down that route. If all they had to do was just look on the ground and find the death note. Now, sure, Ryuk was scared the skin off some people, sure enough, but facilitation of people? Matter of fact, heaven forbid, some anime fans find that it is a wrap. It over with.
I tell you, they might, if one pan, them Bucky fans find out your name.
GG's. GG's. Buggy the Clown is a fraud. Next thing you know, GG's. They didn't got me. Like, I don't want to say it'd be stupid stuff. Because you have to remember, Light was, when he started out, he was a college student. So he was like, what, 18 to 20?
Yeah.
Like, that ain't nothing. Like, man, please. Like, of course he deserved to be a villain because the majority of the people who found the death note like that will end up going down villainy just from writing one name. That's one body on your hands. Please.
Man, you start writing from gang members to politicians to criminals to military to exes. It'll go crazy.
It's getting ugly. Like, because it ain't like we live in a world in today's day and age where it's relatively easy to find somebody. Because you have to remember, the world of Death Note, the internet wasn't really big like that. Death Note happens on like the late 90s, early 2000s, like on like a regular timeline basis, like late 90s, early 2000s.
You had to go to the library back then to find somebody's name.
Like if it was in today's day and age, where you just pull up somebody, like, man, social media.
Back then, you had to go to the library and find their name through the little cards.
Ain't no L in today's day, at least that the regular people, at least that us regular people know about. Ain't no L, ain't no Mellow, ain't no Near, ain't no super great detective of the world like Detective Conan or something to come out of nowhere to be like, oh, okay, man, please, you get me hard pressed just to get the world to believe that Akira existed.
Nah, social media, the young kid might go on the internet and just say, look, I'm writing names in the Death Note.
And everybody just ignore it. They're like, man, don't worry about it.
Until everybody he wrote their name started.
The name, and you see the people going by it. It's like, oh,
okay. But hey, we in the society of self-snitching right now. I don't know what's wrong.
Then I'll say that boy to go on the run. It'd be ugly. And then let's just go on to the world. And then, I'm sorry, this is spiral into, does Light deserve to be a villain? We know he do. Just imagine if the Death Note end up falling into like a governmental power.
Putin? Putin and everybody.
It's over.
Putin already in everybody.
It's over.
Putin do that without.
I ain't got nothing to say about him. I'm just saying, like, a governmental power, it's over.
Donald Trump going crazy.
I have nothing to say about that. Delmay's statements are his own. Monroe Hudson, the prophet.
Joe Biden too old. He can't see.
I have nothing to do with his crazy statements. I was just saying, if something like that, a government tank. That government got extreme power. Like, man, it's over. Ain't like you can hide your name. That's it. Now think about it, that'd be crazy. What if you could legally change your name? I wonder if you legally changed your name with Death Note. That's so funny.
That's the way to get it.
If you legally change it, like,
Montreal L, he gonna legally change his name so he can't never get affected and he'll never know it. Just keep legally changing your name.
My name to the alphabet backwards, bro.
Just keep changing your name over and over again every time you get close.
So you run out of changing names because they took out all the name changes around the world.
I wonder, like, I forget. What if it's two people named the same thing? How did that work again?
You have to have the name of the person and their face in your head.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did have to have the face of your hair. It's been a long time. I had to watch Death Note again.
So it's just, yeah,
Netflix. I watched Netflix when it pissed me off.
you have to have the name on the paper and their face in your head simultaneously, which ain't hard. But, basically have your face in your head while you're writing the name. So it's just a combination of a couple different things.
Oh, some people be lazy. They just be wanting to get off work that day. They just be like, I'm finna write a name in my so I can get off work early. That's a tragedy.
And
Y'all
then,
never get off.
it'd be a little bit worse because, the Shinigami eyes are a thing. So, like,
Yeah. But yeah, like Yagami and everybody, let us know who y'all think deserve to be a villain. We were gonna do 5, but we're gonna keep it a little short today. Pain, we have Light, we have Pain, we have
of course we do.
Askeladd, and we have Sosuke Aizen. Let us know, do y'all agree, disagree? Let us know who you have in the comments below. Who do you think had the right to be a villain? Maybe we missed one. Maybe this is the 3rd pilot episode. We will be official next week. So it's gonna be officially episode 1, the official pilot episode. We just had to work out some kinks, make intros, make this surround and do everything. Figure out what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do this show. We just want to try out some pilot episodes. This is pilot episode number 3. Episode 1 will be official next week. We're gonna figure out a date and I'll alert y'all. It's gonna be on the anime channel, by the way. So go to Overall Anime. Go follow that. Also, this weekend I'm gonna work on some reviews for some manhwa because I do have too many, and I need to actually tell y'all to read Omnipotent Reader and Unordinary. Them 2 amazing moments. If Unordinary ever get an anime, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know. It ain't. I don't know if it'll be popular as Solo Leveling because of the action, but my God, that story is crazy.
All I know is shout out to the anime coming out this year because I'm actually quite pleased. I didn't realize some anime was coming out that I'm looking forward to. Like Tower of God actually got confirmed to get a season 2. It's amazing to me. I did not know that they got confirmed to get a season 2 finally. So Tower of God, hopefully in the that's gonna get a season 2. That comes out in July. Or Demon Slayer, probably a short season, but that season comes out I think in April. No. That one comes out in June. But it's a little bit later. But
They're
probably
gonna do a fucking movie about it and have the whole season in the movie.
I mean, it's a short season. It's not gonna be long. It probably won't be no more than like 4 or 5 episodes. But the Hashira Trainer arc is not long, so they have that. So I guess I'm happy with that. Stuff like kind of Super season 3. It's a bunch of anime I did not know were coming out this year. So I'm quite pleased. Of course, One Punch Man got a season 3. I'm pleased. Quite a few of them we're gonna get. So I'm happy with that. Otherwise, since I got the Summer Jam screen, these people. Murray Hudson. Everywhere it says Murray Hudson. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, as he still exists, is here. And I do have a random anime fight question.
And you can find me at I'll Be That News. At I'll Be That News on YouTube. Rumble, I guess. We on Rumble. Kick. Twitch. We live on all of them. So be that. We do vertical shows Monday when we watch Karens and fathers feeding their kids things in a vertical screen, so you can watch that on your phone. Very interesting type way to do it. And then, of course, Thursday, maybe Fridays, we're going to announce on the channel that we'll be doing our news show. So if you want whatever the latest news in the world, crazy news, make it make sense. This Saturday, I look forward to it.
Oh boy, yeah, it's already gonna be some news on that show.
But we do appreciate y'all. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, all of that. And we about to get out of here. Remember, any last word?
On the last words, don't be a villain. Be better.
Don't be a villain.
I'm a player with these kids, ready to play with beats.